Hi, Leos. Come on in, have a seat. Here's your ink blot. We'll be scrying in color to complement your contrastional one we did earlier in May. The link will be at the end if you want to take a screenshot there so you can scry on your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. As always, Leos, we will scry your ink, add tarot, and have the spirit box rocking and rolling for any audio additions. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Gratitude to those who like, share, subscribe, comment, support, donate. Truly warms my haunted heart. So if you'd like to join me to close the eyes, cleansing the palate, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. We're here for the Leos. Thank you. All right. Okay. I'm seeing ears and eyes. Ears that are eyes, eyes that are ears. It's almost like I'm listening for... This feels business oriented, or at least very much so personal. That would affect me personally, professionally, personally. Okay. So it's almost like I'm listening for snakes in the grass. When I'm listening, I'm the ears. When I see the eyes, it's like I was listening to things, tuning in, and I see the snakes. Okay. I'm also seeing like witches' shoes, which is right in the ink of the snake eyes. And that's not to give witches a bad name or a bad aura about it, because it's almost like the feeling of I'm in like the Wizard of Oz, like the Wicked Witch of the East and the Good Witch of the West, or something along that lines. Both of which, and that's like which is it? And I'm listening for it because I'm like, well, which is it? Which is it? Okay, so, but I'm being drawn down as well to this Popeye. And Popeye is the thinking man. You know that thinking man statue? It's Popeye. And Popeye, through his mind, so whatever that symbol may mean to you, if anything, release if it's not yours, out of his thinking mind is what I'm going to say is an energetic, ectoplasmic version of olive oil. It's olive oil, yes. I'll share this with you.
Where are we?
So there's the thinking Popeye coming out of the brain. And there is this more feminine, so masculine or male or female in expression is not what I'm talking about. This is a pure energy, and it's kind of like ectoplasmic energy. And this is where I'm seeing simultaneously ear, snake eye, and the witch's shoe. Oh, if you can see up here, okay, see how there's like two copper seeds and then like this, well, it actually kind of looks like a manhood. That's okay because it's bringing me into, okay, actually, somebody might be pregnant. Okay. Somebody might be a sperm donor trying to get their partner pregnant, surrogacy, adoption, whatever the case may be, because I'm seeing baby cows up here. And these baby cows are like in a gate, ready to go if you call them. But I kind of feel like it's a thought right now, or it's in process. Like I don't think it's happened yet. Okay, because when I'm in like, and forgive my language, but I'm also in a funny mode right now, or at least funny to me. When I'm in, the nards of it,
Not here.
the man bits, the berries of the twig, I feel as though there is something, Leos, that I am already generating to bring into the earthly existence. Now, if this isn't actually another human, could be in regards to the fertility and speed and many ideas, thinking man, the mind externalizing it to nurture it in a whole different energy and way to have what I do see is like twins coming out. Now, whether that's because it's really coming through in, I again, forgive me for my language. Is it in vitro or something along that lines? Where there's like so many eggs and so many sperms, and the odds are like you need so many of this and so many of that, even to have the chance of one, and you might get two. That's how it's feeling from the baby making process. Or maybe you're going to go, you might adopt a pairing. Okay, so that's one aspect. When I wander into the more professional aspects of it, there's something about this climbing the ladder. Okay, and it's like having, needing grabbing the bull by its horns type feel, because I feel like there's some things that one may have to navigate, or maybe if it's even in the contemplation of how do I bring what I really love to do to as my full-time job so I can quit this or move up the ranks, whatever the case may be, right? You know me, those channels are all your own, but it's definitely got me thinking, man, like it's got me thinking. On one hand, it's like the snake eyes, okay, so it's almost as if like there's somebody that is making it harder, or I don't even know if it's harder for you to get to the top. It's like there's two people that are hiring, let's say. Book. Yep, we're in the book. There's two people that are hiring as an example. One really enjoys you and sees your potential and sees where you can go because they're listening. Yep, okay. The other one sees you like through the snake eyes for the same reason. They see your potential. They know that you can, in time, if not already, show potential that they feel might overshine them. So it's like this weird, I don't really like them, or I don't like, I don't know about this Leo character, because it's of the same essence of the potential, the person who really wants you on board. Does that make sense? This is wild.
Day.
So it's like you're trying to hear for that. Maybe you're hearing things, like or you already have that sense. You're like, I know I'm good for the job, or I've done what I need to do. I've done the steps that, yada, 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 yada. But I don't know. But I'm seeing stilts as well. I see you being higher up. But I have a feeling if this doesn't work out where you're at in regards to the job, it's going to inspire you, or you're going to be headhunted by somebody else, or it's going to give you information. And you're going to do something with that information, because I don't think Leos are into wasting their talents. But there's nothing rash about it. I'm seeing somebody pet I don't know if somebody lives on a farm or something about a farm, or somebody in spirit could also be soothing you. And if you are considering or trying to get pregnant or bring somebody into the family unit, I feel like you're already taught, like the souls are there, or soul to souls are already there listening to you, and you're already building a connection if you didn't already have one from prior lifetime interactions. One of those, trimmery things for bushes, or hedges, actually, more specifically, hedges. That's what I'm seeing, like one of those things, trimming hedges. Very neat and tidy, like box hedges, or maybe in shapes, but but I do see it box shaped. Could be something about karma that you're working through, and I feel like through the thinking man, you're going to do the right thing because you understand the value of incurring good karma, even if this snake entity is a little too close for comfort or in your way. I don't. They're not going to be able to shake your integrity. That's how I feel. I don't feel like they're going to be able to shake your integrity. There's a rising up. Very clearly, there's a rising up. That's when I was seeing those stilt things. Okay, so the stilts.
Idiotic.
Yeah, I do feel like, unfortunately, that snake kind of feel doesn't. But they're not going to be able to rattle you. So for one reason or another, it's unfortunate. Conscious connection. Okay, there's that twin thing. Yeah, if you're not looking for babies, it could also be a soul connection. Okay. I was talking about the stilts and how I originally saw it before I saw stilts was it used to be a ladder and the Leos climbed the ladder. At least it's for a percentage of the Leos that I'm sensing in the aura space. This ladder that I climbed within myself, within my own fears, my wants, my desires, my connections, whatever the case may be. Maybe going through the steps to impregnate or whatever the case may be. And now that you've climbed it, now whatever this is to this degree, right? The rungs of the ladder are broken or snapped, so no one can follow you. And I think this is kind of why I get the feeling of the snake eyes, because someone's trying to figure out how you do something, how you did it. But it's kind of like your wisdom is you're not going to be able to do it the same way I am. And the journey is the goal. Like that's really the wisdom I'm feeling here from the Leo collective. So that when you achieve what it is that you want, I don't know, it just feels very, very authentic and earned. Earned. Yeah, you got something lurking. Okay, we have here conscious connection. I don't know whether this is you and a twin soul or twins coming into your life in the baby making. What is already with you? We spoke about that you're already talking to them. If you have a soulmate or a partner who passed, they are still with you in a conscious connection. That's very, very clear. They're very much still with you. Yeah, they're very much still with you. My goodness, there's just lots of action going on over here. And then we have big, bold vision, which is what I feel is for your family. Your family and whatever. Okay, because like there's these rungs of very clearly something happening about family building and then also career building. Big, bold vision in either area. And I don't know what it is about her in this card, but I'm definitely sensing it's like very clearly the words Karma Queen came through. And then I go into Popeye, strength, the projection out of the mind, and I'm like, that's right. I know that's It's almost like somebody wants to draw out, saying this tough conversation, or somebody trying to give you tough conversations like you're on trial in a job interview. Okay, that's how it feels. Like you're on trial, but you're in a job interview. But there's two people. And you're like, why are you playing good cop, bad cop? This is an odd way. But I feel like you're already an employee, or you're already within the company somehow. Okay. So it's like, like I've been working for you for, X amount of days, weeks, months, years. Like, so I don't know, something just feels weird because there's two of them and they're threatened by your potential. So I'm seeing a hamster. Sorry, thank you. I'm seeing absolutely a hamster. There's that, okay, I'm going to say like evilly looking thing. And I'm not trying to empower this external entity. This does feel very much so professional to, okay. Someone who is or thinks that they are
I remember you.
They are an emperor, if that card will come through. The Magician and the Nine of Cups. So, because this is how they see Leo, that somehow you are magic and you always get what you want. And this person, I don't know if it's envy, this, that, or the other. And they're trying to be like puppet mastery around you. And they're trying to like lock you in the position that you're in. But you have big, bold vision. And I see now that I have flipped the ink blot, and I'll share this with you again because Leos, I know I'm all over the place here, but your patience is appreciated as I follow it. So here's like that, here's the hamster up here, and then there's that face of this being, and it almost looks like they're sitting on the toilet.
Chakras.
Yeah. Okay. But this feels like, remember I was talking about that expressed ectoplasmic energy, and it's almost like in a silly way, it's like nana nana boo boo, nana nana boo boo. But it's like because you're still keeping quiet about it. And they're very threatened by you. Because they want to be the silverback, I don't know. It's a power struggle. Okay, so this is what I'm not understanding. And maybe this is the Leo perspective. Like, say you're working for a company or something like that. And you have, or a school, or you're studying or something like that. And you have an idea, or you have the potential, the skill sets to grow that would help help them in the area that they're in, whatever industry or whatever subject matter it is. But say you go about things a little differently, or you have a slightly different opinion, but you can mix languages with them to help tie it in. And people are like, wow, it's like bringing in a new way of talking about science, right? Some think you're like, well, that's foolish. And then others like, that's a fool's journey. This is a new idea. We should think about this. The moon. So, but that's how this feels, is that there's a threat that somebody with new ideas even comes in because they can see the potential. It would make, dim them. But I'm like, in the Leo energy, I'm like, but isn't the point to explore, to enhance the business, enhance the subject matter? It's like being a scientist and never looking at this one thing because it's obscure. But then, like looking back in history, like how many parts of science or ideas once were like ludicrous, and then, we were once to say back, way back in the day that the earth was rotating around the sun was ludicrous. And now, do you know what I'm saying? That's what your energy feels like. And I know I've gotten off course a little bit of the pregnant and familia family, but I do feel like that's quite complete. Like, if it's what you want, you're speaking it into existence by speaking to the soul or souls now. And again, that twin or partner who has passed is stepping back forward again, saying, I'm still here. I'm still here to validate those working, not to validate, but to like, if you are going through this very specific story, so I'm sure it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I know these cards are laminate, they can come through, but like literally the Fool's card has come in. So even if you don't get this position, you're going to do something great. Maybe that means, sorry, this is the Strength card. And there we go. Come with the laminate, let it come through. Maybe you're going to go work for a different company, or you're going to find a different professor, find an open-minded, I don't know. It's just information, and that's all it is. I understand there's a human emotional response, but I feel like at the end of the day, once you kind of go through that and nurture it, and you're like, okay, it's like your energy comes in as says, well, it's information. Regardless of how it went, you knew something was up. You had good judgment. It's just information. Likeable or not, but Judgment and Ace of Pentacles. To me, this is reaffirming that you are creating that good karma. The moon is still on the bottom as well. Two of Swords. Yeah, like if any of those cards mean anything to you, please follow them versus my yammerings. But I do tend to follow the art first and foremost as the channel. Okay, so I'm back to scrying your ink. You deliver on something. I just heard you deliver. Could be in the whole pregger world, surrogate, adoption, this, that, or the other. You deliver on something. But when I come back to the job thing, interesting. I'm hearing like, don't be hard-headed about it. If you do have a partner with you or in spirit or friends or confidant, I hear like talk it out to help clarify the intention, the information that you learned. It feels like something about like integrity. It's like something's going to be exposed about the integrity of what you've been working with or who they're aligning with. Fool's Embraces on the bottom. There's definitely a new beginning. Transmuting pain, especially if you're, birthing a human. Feast of Plenty and the Crossing Initiation. Choice and their consequences. The Crossing Initiation. Yeah, okay. So, quick message about the two people that might be hiring or the two people in charge or something along that lines, whatever their position is. So, the reason why like the snaky one seems to kind of like if you don't get the position or whatever the case may be, they have something on the good cop, bad cop situation. They have something on them. So, even though they will disagree, be like, oh, I think Leo's a great fit for this, and I was like, no, because they threaten me and this, that, or the other. They have something on them. So unfortunately, like there's, I don't know, it feels like a blackmail situation. This is like a very interesting rate of like positive and negative coexisting, but in this beautiful story of something being birthed as a human, and also at the same time, this situation professionally is making me feel like the crossing of the initiation, the choices and their consequences, it's all leading to the birthing of something that you can deliver on. It will be delivered to you. The soulza. It's what you want. Yeah, if it's what you want. The souls that are going to be born are getting ready. They have made their choices and they're going to cross to come into incarnate. For those that passed, they already passed on over. They're still communicating with you plentifully. for the Leo collective that is in the professional space going through this, situation, trying to grow and move on, possibly where you are, but you just might be outgrowing them and you're going to be moving on. When you make that choice, Two of Swords, you're going to think about it. It's not rash. You're not going to do anything willy-nilly in a reaction like this creature wants you to. Even your strength came up. You're way too wise, lost in space, needing direction. And there may be a time in that Two of Swords feeling to really tune back into your true intention. Because I don't know what it is. We're going back over there to close. It just feels like a new direction, and you thought it was going to happen at this school, or you're going to get into this class, because whatever the case may be, but you're not lost. It's just not aligning, because your integrity and your potential threatens other people. And so therefore, the bigger picture, the bigger scope. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Thank you. Yeah. Okay. It reminds me of those people who denied or, said no to, I don't know, pick somebody famous, but even say Walt Disney. Not concerned necessarily about the goodness or non-goodness and what that represents, but just thinking of a young man trying to build his animation career, and many people said, no, you have no talent. That's what this kind of feels like. Like some company, some building, some subject is going to miss out because they're stuck in a hamster wheel and you are not. I'm going to let you go, Leo. You are amazing. Best of luck. Please feel free to comment below if you resonate with any part and parcel of this story, because it was in and of itself plentiful but so beautiful, all about growing and birthing what you want. I love it. I will see you soon for June. Until then, bye.